Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Too loud? All right. As you can see, I'm not in the old studio anymore. This is my my second home. I have mini homes and mini leather-bound books. All right. It's my parents.
I knew this would happen.
Shacking up with them during the week when I work. The days that I work, so that I can get to work closer. They live closer to my work.
I'm not very articulate.
Temporary arrangement while our house is being built, which won't be done until like the spring. I obviously, tried to make it home. I hung up my sign. Also, I don't know if you can see, down there in the corner, I've got some support from Ron. He's here to give me backup. There's a jet going by, just hold on. It's okay. Take your time, Air Force. Anyway, welcome back to another patrol vlog. We got some funny stories today. Very first off, we usually try to do an update on the patrol car. If you've been here a while, you know there's an ongoing suspicion that I don't take good care of my cars for some reason, which is completely false information. It's propaganda. People have just worked it up in their minds. My cars are fine. I take good care of them. The current car is fine. I'll show you some evidence right now.
What the heck is this?
Moving on.
The camera sorted out after that. Of course, if you're new here, I think I say this often, but if you're new here, I'm a police officer in a mid-sized city in the United States. These are stories about experiences I have from the road as a cop, trying to give you guys some insights into what the job is like. Since I can't bring a camera with me on the job per policy, I do my best to just share some stories with you in this fashion. Hopefully that works for you. If not, go screw yourself.
What did you say?
It's fairly common knowledge that that cops will pull you over for running a red light. In a motor vehicle, right? In a car. I've seen a lot of people run red lights and stop signs in my career. Fairly common thing. And I used to actually pull people over for it. I don't do that anymore because...
It's because you're lazy.
But I have never seen, ever, what I saw a few days ago. So I work in a metro type environment. It's big enough of a city that we have some light rail. Subway? It's not a subway, but light rail, above ground train. Now the system is designed safety-wise so that when the train has right of way, there's a red light at intersections, of course, so your car and the train do not intersect. That's not a good thing. I was driving down the road and had a green light going over a train track when all of a sudden...
Coming through!
Yeah, the train ran the red light. I don't think they have red lights. I think they have white bars that change. They've got a whole different system. But this train ran the white bar. It was totally green. If I had been a little bit closer or forward, we would have hit. It would have been the train's fault. Nobody would have believed that it was the train's fault. Everyone always assumes it's a car, I think, when cars and trains collide. So my first instinct is pull it over. Now, again, I have suppressed that tendency for quite some time. I don't know if I could find the old clip from Cops. There was an episode back in Iowa, I want to say. I can't remember. Or Ohio or something. One of those ridiculous states where they have nothing but corn. But he followed a guy running from him on train tracks, and it did not end good for him.
Oh.
You got him stopped there, where you at?
Oh, no. I don't have him stopped. Oh, got a flat tire here. Oh, no. Oh. I just don't. Oh, my car. Oh, my car.
So I knew in my mind, don't take your car that has no problems with it and is not damaged whatsoever and is somewhat newer of a patrol car, don't take it onto the train tracks and try to pull over the train. It would make me very, very popular for all the wrong reasons. New policy would be enacted with my name on it. As a cop, you never want that. You never want new policy to come out because of something you've done. And speaking of mistakes, we all make them, right? We're all human. We're all prone to them. So I will open up the vault a little bit and share with you guys an older one. This isn't something recent. So it has to do with me making a traffic stop and making a big mistake on this. So automatically making a traffic stop, you know that this isn't something that happened recently. So on my way home from work, my commute, I get back on the freeway. It used to drive me crazy. Everybody's got their pet peeves. One of mine was people in the high occupancy vehicle lane, or the HOV lane. It's called different things in different states, I believe. I used to see people in that lane all the time that had no right to be in there. They didn't have more than one passenger in the car, and they still got in that lane because it usually went faster. So when rush hour got going, everybody'd hop in that lane. I endured it for a long time before I was personally offended to the point that I thought I would exercise my law enforcement authority appropriately and interdict. Now, yes, I'm on the freeway, not in the agency where I was working, so a lot of people have had questions about that before. Can a cop stop you when they're not in the city that they work? Well, most states I think are the same. Mine is such that I have police authority statewide, so yes, I can enforce the law anywhere in the state. Different departments and agencies will have policy and procedure on what they'd like you to do or not do. The one I was working for at the time had no problem with it, so I could stop cars if I wanted to. Just most people don't want to because you're off duty or you're headed home.
You're lazy.
So I took the initiative and started getting over. I was in the fast lane next to this lane, and I would start getting over and started pulling over some of these people. So that went really well for a few weeks, and I thought I was changing I thought I was changing the world, and everybody was going to stop doing it because I was taking this on myself. So one particular day, driving home from work, I was on the lookout for people violating and saw this Prius coming up. Sure enough, one person in the Prius. Now, so far, I had had good luck just stopping people that had one person in the car, because that's the requirement for the HOV lane, is to have more than one person. So I thought I was good. I stopped this Prius. Now, some of you have already gone ahead and seen the mistake. Here, some of you know. So I stopped him. I came up and talked to him, and he's like, I have the clean air exemption on my license plate. I'm okay to be in this lane. Apparently, that does authorize those particular cars to drive in the HOV lane. They get special permission because they're in a dorky car. And as a city cop, of course, I had no idea. I was way out of my element. This is trooper territory all day long. I had no business doing what I was doing because I did not know stupid things like that about registration as a city cop. I made a mistake. I made a mistake pulling the guy over. He should have been pulled over in the first place. It was a bad stop. It was in good faith, but it was a bad stop. So I don't remember how it ended. I tripped over myself and looked like an idiot, I'm sure, trying to explain, somehow make myself still look competent and knowledgeable, but explain why I stopped him. I don't think it went very well. I think I just hurried and ended it as fast as I could. There is no cop that's been doing this for longer than a few years that does not have some good stories. We've all done some silly, stupid things. And many of you who are not law enforcement officers have probably been on the receiving end of some of those sometimes. Feel free to share in the comments if you feel like you've been the recipient of something very stupid that a police officer's done that they didn't know or should have known, or they were new or made a mistake or whatever. I think it'd be entertaining to read through those in the comments, so feel free to share. All right, I got one more for you guys. Somebody said that they found what they thought might be drugs in their house. So we went over, younger kids, like college age. I met them up, two of them, and they said they moved this washer and dryer. They were renting this place, so it was their landlord's washer and dryer. They moved it for some reason, and they saw this teal colored baggie hanging on a nail behind the washer dryer. It was just hidden back there. It was kind of in a weird spot. It's never a good sign when you find some kind of cloth baggie hidden out of place. People like to put their drugs in certain kinds of colorful baggies. So they took this thing out, emptied it out, and inside was a Ziploc baggie with white, powdery, crystally-like substance. It just had the appearance of drugs. So I showed up, and I expected like small, a small baggie of something, whether it's weed or, a user amount of a little bit of crystal meth. It's usually not very often that you find any crystal meth. People, I think, hold on to that with dear life. They love their meth. So they take out this bag and dump it into my hand, and it's a huge bag of what looks like crystal meth. I'm like, there's no way this is actual meth. No one's gonna leave or forget this much meth. So I told them I would take it down to the police station and test it so that they would know. They were really curious. I wanted to let their landlord know, and took it down, and sure enough, crystal meth. 60 grams of it.
Holy crap!
I mean, that's enough to probably make me lose all my weight if I was doing meth.
Debatable.
Street value, it's different everywhere, but it's several $1,000s. It could be up to about $5,000 locally here. Maybe not quite that high because it's a little bit cheaper here right now, but you don't just lose $4,000 or whatever worth of meth. I don't know what the story is behind how this got left here. The home before these guys moved in used to be an Airbnb. I still can't picture how anybody loses that or forgets where it's at. I had a good time imagining the owner having their conniption, their drug-induced conniption fit when they couldn't find their meth. It gave me a little bit of joy. It put a smile on my face. It made me happy to try to picture what they were going through emotionally when they when they couldn't find that bag. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I have a lot more that was going on. That's just all the time I got to share with you guys. A few stories today. Hopefully we have some more next time. Let's get back in the habit of leaving some questions and comments down below that you guys want highlighted in the videos. I like to take a look at those and answer questions for you guys and look at some comments. Haven't done it the last few times because we're just getting this thing back on track. So starting in this video, if you have questions you want to ask me, you want to comment, highlight it on the video. Obviously I can't get to all of them, but leave something down below. I'll try to comb through them. And the next patrol vlog we do, come back, tune in. So old. Have a great week. Have a great week, everybody.